before he ruins everything! You... Oh! After him! He's crossed into our world!
You're probably very confused right now. Don't worry. I was too the first time I watched that cutscene.
Ooh. Did anyone get the license plate number of that truck? I got to stop eating that chili right before I hit the sack. It always gives me weird dreams.
Okay, so, 9 months ago I made a video joking about how Sonic the Hedgehog and Spyro the Dragon fell in love, got married, and had a kid. And this is that kid. But holy shit, I couldn't have been ready for how apt that whole thing was. I feel like it's actually like a hidden canon to this series. Granted, the story may or may not have elements of Scalar previously having been a human, and also having a pre-established father, but you know what? Screw that. That's all just conjecture. That's all open for interpretation. In my head, this is Sonic and Spyro's kid, and this is his game, his debut and only game for the PS2. Pretty standard platformer, in all honesty. I'm not 100%ing it. I'm not even going for a particularly thorough run. I'm just burning through it because, as Scalar's, well, one of Scalar's fathers would say, you gotta go fast. And that's what I'm doing here. So, yeah, to get onto the comparisons, Scalar is an activist who fights for, like, animal rights against humans, like evil, corrupt humans, so that's already a big thing. He fast, and he travel through portals.
Whoa! You're one ugly figment of my imagination.
You aren't so easy on the eyes either, small, blue, and gruesome.
You talk?
Only to ugly blue creatures. Name's Leon.
Nice first impression you got there. It's almost like you're incredibly annoying as far as mascots go. Now, here's the thing. I kind of went into this game expecting it to be like hot garbage, just not have very much fun with it. Because I was like, oh, it looks so derivative. Look at this thing. I sat down. I've played the first 2 levels of this. It's not bad, actually. It's a fine game. It's, like, fairly fast. It's fluid. I'll even say the rail grinding is better than Sonic's. Now, I should hope so, because the rail grinding is on the box cover. It's the main draw of the game, but... yeah, in this case, it's, like, fast, fluid. You've got, you know, your jumps that you have to make. You get to collect items while you're on the rails. More importantly, it slowly charges you up. And when you're fully charged, you can do a screen-clearing super attack that fucks up all the enemies around you. So with that in mind, like, this game is... yeah, it's pretty well made. It's not a bad game by any means. I'm not keen on the visual design. It's very messy and cluttered, and there's just stuff everywhere. So sometimes hard to tell what I'm doing. Anyway, it's time for us to make another friend here.
She's mine! Now listen, and listen good. Don't you even think about jacking my repidactyl. Hear me?
Relax, I don't care about your rebel baloney. I'm just killing time until I...
Wake up? Trust me, you're never gonna wake up.
Okay, maybe I'm not dreaming. Maybe this is real.
Oh, it's as real as they come. Get used to it. You're still just one more speck of dust trapped here on the most pathetic plane of the multiverse.
I'm no speck of dust. I can do anything.
Really? I bet you can't even rescue that lizard egg.
Piece o' cake. I'll be back in no time, egg in hand.
What did I tell you? Literally, collecting eggs. That is the whole game. That is your main core mission in this game. Collect eggs, get back home, save the world. My final message, goodbye. So, that's it. Easy stuff. These guys are a nightmare if you don't hit them with your limit break. When you do, they just kind of freeze in place like you just chaos controlled them. And those are the worst sounding things I've ever heard in my life. Enjoy those. There are more to come. Horrible screaming nightmare creatures. Oh, here we go. There's a bunch of horrible little scuttly ones. At least they don't scream. Just gonna platform past all of this danger. There we are. Maybe steal myself a quick bit of health. If I can... Depth perception. Come on. Goodness sake, come on. Alright, cool. Moving on. Get past you lot. Like I say, there is a speedrun for this game that beats it all in just over an hour, but not only is it running past most enemies like I'm doing here, but it's also doing incredibly precise jumps and skips. I'm not that good. This is I've decided this is a casual LP, not a speedrun LP or a commentated speedrun, because that is actually out my wheelhouse. Also, I only give myself like 1 or 2 practice runs of this before I record it, so yeah. And you know what? After the first boss, I'm going to stop doing practice runs. Everything you say after that, I'm going to say this now so I don't force myself to do multiple recordings, is going to be one big take. And one of the reasons I can afford to do that is because if you die in this game, it doesn't punish you at all. There are like no setbacks. Oh, Jesus Christ, the noise. Yeah, no, you don't even, like, lose any lives. There are no lives in this, and that's ahead of its time. I'll give them props for that. That's what most modern platformers do, is they've given up the concept of lives, because that's stupid. But it also pulls you back a tiny amount, and you don't lose any items or orbs or anything, so I feel like there's a nice middle ground that I think platformers could work with, where, yes, it sets you back, but you have infinite lives. So there's still an incentive to keep yourself ticking, you know? There's an incentive to boost your health as the game progresses, which you can do in this if you collect enough of those little yellow orbs, but again, I'm just blitzing through this because it's quite easy, and the game's quite generous with health pickups. Sometimes enemies drop them, sometimes they're just hiding in debris or miscellanea, and sometimes they're just out in the open. So why the hell not just go for those? Now, this is a combat arena. There are quite a lot of these in the game. From Nitro Rad's review, I heard that there are arguably a few too many of these in the game, and this will be my biggest bugbear. This will be the thing that slows me down the most. But that's why I'm going to try and spec scaler to just be more powerful. No. No. Oh. Or you could not. Yeah, I'm going to try and make Scalar more physically powerful so he can just breeze through encounters. It's kind of the way I play Souls games or Elden Ring. I just put all my power into attack and don't get hits. Do big hits and don't get hit yourself. That is my playstyle. And yeah, the combat in this game, I will say, while it's pretty bare bones on your front and what you can do with your 3-hit combo and your tongue attack, it's actually not that bad, mainly because it's about maneuvering around and outwitting different enemy types who all require you to approach them differently. Now, obviously, those little chasey bastards. Press circle, stick your tongue out, they die instantly. Cool. Wow. Another thing that relates him to his fathers. Can't swim. Bad at swimming. Needs to be taught to swim, in Spyro's case, so yeah. But that's that. That's all at level 1. Well, you know, breezing through it at the very least. And that's Scalar.
Well... nice job, Twinkle Toes. Now, hand it over.
This is not just any lizard egg. It's an egg from my world. What do you want with it?
I'm here to liberate it. I'm gonna send it and all the rest of the eggs back to where they came from.
How are you gonna do that? Didn't you say we were trapped here?
Unless you can locate the right portal. And you don't have a portal beacon, do you?
No. Do you?
I know where I can get my hands on one. But first, I need to get all the eggs. So, hand that one over, and I'll be on my way.
Where this egg goes, I go. Besides, you need me. I can help you get these.
All right, suit yourself, kiddo.
The hell kind of world do you come from where eggs look like that?